So at one point in time, we've all probably thought, I'm quitting this game and never coming back. We've looked at some things that said Apex just probably isn't it anymore, and it probably never will be it. I'd be lying if I haven't thought the same thing at one point or another, and I'm not here to say that everything's just about to be pure bliss and we're all going to be happy and love EA again. No, it's probably not going to happen, at least for the long term. It just seems like that's the way that relationships are these days with the developers and its players. However, I would like to note that Apex has gone through good stages, bad stages, worst stages, all-time low stages, and then really good stages again. And all I'm trying to say is it looks like we're about to go into a really good stage after just leaving probably one of the worst stages ever. Once again, I want to thank you guys for supporting my ALGS channel that I launched yesterday. I made another video today. I'm going to try to do daily over there as well. So if you're interested in all things ALGS and a deep dive into the scene, make sure to go check it out and leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel as well, and let's jump into it. So if we look back, we know it's no surprise that games go through really rough patches all the time. Having played many games and been a part of many communities, I can say I've never really gone through a bunch of rough patches like I have with Apex. This has definitely felt like the most unstable community I've been a part of. However, I love it. There's just something about forcing yourself to play new legends, and then all of a sudden the game feels fresh and new again if you haven't played that legend in quite some time. And you know, having a battle royale with different legend abilities, I mean, it's just such an awesome concept, and shooting the R99 and frying someone just feels so good. But that's not to take away from the fact that the fans and community members had every right in the world to dislike the Winter Express trailer event and the collection event for, you know, the current event that we're at right now for the holiday event, and then also just be very frustrated with the state of the game. Not many new content features coming, not many features in general, quality of life updates that really should have taken place, and we've kind of been in this rut of content for quite some time, hoping that the next season is the better one. However, if you've not watched any of my last two videos, I highly recommend you doing so, because in those we discuss a bunch of leaks that are coming into the game, and these are not just leaks like, you know, hey, I think this might be coming, it seems like this. This was a YouTuber by the name of Thornton Smash who has posted a bunch of insider leaks in the past before, and they usually are always accurate, and a lot of stuff got out, and it's good news for a lot of the players. Now, of course, it's up to you to decide whether or not you want to believe that that's true or not, but of the notable, we know there's a new map coming that will have wall running on the map, and it looks like it's possible that when that map launches, wall running updates will be added to all the maps, which is crazy to think about Apex having wall running. And that's not a guarantee, it's just a possibility. But a team deathmatch mode coming, control supposedly replacing arenas, a bunch of new limited time modes. And when it comes to season 16, like I said before, we already know that all of these legend classes are going to be having a little bit of an update, and Thornton Smash put this out 5 minutes ago saying the new legend classes in Apex Legends have another leaker putting out info about them, and I'm all for it. Pathfinder finally getting a solid rework, also that it makes sense because the LAN is in February the 2nd, and so obviously you don't want to make any big changes like this until after the LAN event is over, which would be why it's coming in season 16. And these are the additions that we can look at. Assault class will be getting red bins and extra inventory ammo. We already kind of knew that. Defense legends are going to be Caustic, Rampart, Watson, Catalyst are now control legends instead of defense legends, and control class is for holding areas and locking it down. Newcastle and Gibby are now in the support team player class. They benefit the team and keep the team alive quickly back in the fight. Recon class is still the same as it seems. Yes, Bloodhound is there, just cut off. Skirmisher class seems to be the mobility and hit and run type of class. These legends will be movement based legends, kind of like a solo PvP player type of legend. So Mirage and Wraith are really good examples. They also said Pathfinder will probably be reworked some for this, and possibly even Mirage, and saying these leaks are legit. Thornton also said all of this before in the past, and it lines up perfectly to what I've heard. This is coming from that insider leak. I can't believe that these guys are brave enough to put all this stuff out there and not worried about getting caught. I mean, I guess at the end of the day, you know, they're probably not worried. Even if they do get caught, you know, what's the worst that could happen to them? But regardless, I mean, this is putting a lot in jeopardy, I feel like. Final note here, remember, this is all that they've seen and heard. We don't know if any of this will play out or, you know, stay or remain that way. That's just what they've heard. So big information coming out of season 16 updates with all of these legend classes. So overall, some pretty exciting stuff. But in my opinion, what's more notable than that is having someone who usually talks about how bad and dry the content is for this game, and then saying that he actually got to play test it and he just can't wait for it to release because it was amazing. So just consider this. Imperial Hal has always been a guy to speak his mind publicly and openly. He's got a massive following, and he's not afraid to say that the game is bad right now. In a recent Twitch clip, which we also made a video about this not long ago, so I won't harp on it again. However, someone donated and asked if he was missing the Wraith meta, and right after he said absolutely, he said, I can't say anything, but I played season 16 and I just can't wait for it to launch. So having someone who's super critical about the game actually say that season 16 looks a little bit more positive is probably a bigger thing to consider than all of the leaks and updates. Now you may say, well, of course he's gonna say it's something positive. They probably paid him to play test it, or they're probably paying him to promote it. You would be right in most cases, however, not necessarily the Imperial How case. Most creators on YouTube that play test this stuff early, play test it right before the season launches, normally like 2 weeks ahead of time or so, and then they're asked to make content specifically about the season and things that you like about it. And normally when people talk bad about the season, they get dropped immediately from this program. However, Imperial How is a little bit different, a little bit up on a higher echelon, I guess you could say. And his is not so much of a playtest to kind of promote. It's more of a playtest to actually see what's good, what's bad, and what needs to change. A lot of what we consider playtest today is really just a bunch of free promotion that EA gets from Apex Legends YouTubers because their, entire YouTube career is about their game. So they kind of leverage the idea of someone wanting to get early access as the way to promote the new event for completely free. But there's almost a certain level of independency and popularity that you get in someone like Imperial How, where it doesn't matter if he says anything bad about it, you just can't stop him. I mean, EA, the last thing they're going to do is mistreat their biggest player in the scene. Well, at least if they know what's best for them. So I just want you to consider that what goes down usually comes up, what goes up usually comes down, and it's just kind of a normal cycle pattern to see in Apex Legends as far as popularity, player base goes. So if you're still out there saying that this game is dead, I mean, just come on. I'll be the first to tell you it's been in a massive rough patch right now, and it's definitely not been super fun to be around. We should obviously expect something big to happen at some point and things change. I'll be the first to take the blame about thinking season 15 would be that season, because I think we finally learned that new maps and new legends don't cut it. We need actual content. We need better quality of life features. We need better features in general. We need new events. We need new modes. We need things to actually do in the game that feel better. And I do think, to be fair, a map is a part of that. However, it's just not the full story, because I also got to give credit where credit is due, and that is the fact I was not expecting EA or Apex Legends, whoever you want to give credit for here, to make this announcement today. This was coming from Apex Legends Esports, that they are finally announcing their LAN event, which will be in London for the ALGS Split 1 playoffs. And listen to this, a $1 million prize pool, the Copper Box Arena, from February the 2nd to February the 5th in 2023. I gotta be honest, for just a Split 1 playoff and not even the World Championship, a $1 million prize pool, I thought it was actually something a little bit more commendable. I think EA just recently named Apex like their biggest non-esport game or something like that, and so we were all concerned, like, what do you mean non-esport? This game's supposed to be esports. Like, are you guys about to forsake the esports scene? What exactly do you mean here? Some people were even worried about, is it just too much and too expensive to fund the esports scene? Will they probably just step back a little bit and just enjoy the freedom of just posting, skins and accepting a lot of money? So I think posting a $1 million prize pool for just the Split 1 playoffs kind of indicate that maybe, this game is still focused on the ALGS scene and the competitive world here. But I also wanted to know, look at the dates here, February the 2nd through February the 5th. This is actually going to be during the anniversary, the birthday event for Apex Legends. So I think they might actually have some type of a, situation here where they're promoting this birthday event. Maybe there's a big announcement that they want to give out here. You might see a big announcement about a new feature coming in this specific LAN event. They usually like to show a lot of promotion for future things that they're working on, because obviously there's a lot of eyes currently watching these streams. Also, it's like 2 weeks or so right before the season 16 event. They might even show a teaser or a trailer in all of this about the new season 16 event and what's actually to come. So I'm pretty excited about this. I know obviously Apex is always an up and down situation. There's always something to complain about. I'm just saying we've not really had in the past where someone who's usually openly criticizing Apex, able to play test and actually say something super positive and not just like, oh, it's a rinse and repeat season that Apex always has. He's actually pretty excited about it. We also know we're going to be getting these entirely new legend classes and changes and updates. So it's going to be interesting to see which legends are back in meta. And considering that we haven't seen a Wraith meta in quite some time, and Imperial How responding the way that he did, if Wraith was back in the meta, man, it would be absolutely amazing to see some OG Wraith style plays. I might even watch party some of these events, because I know we always have a pretty good time doing so. But I really wanted to invite you guys over to my ALGS specific channel. If you guys wanted to see more about the ALGS scene, take a deeper dive into the scene, maybe even go through some analytics, please go check out my ALGS channel that is down in the description below, or you guys can also click the video at the end of the screen that you see on screen right now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for the support. We did end the giveaway for the $160 yesterday. I'm going to be drawing all of these names and probably picking a winner tomorrow. So make sure to stay tuned. Like the video if you guys did enjoy. Subscribe to the channel if you're new as always. And I'll see you all in the next one. Take care of yourselves. It's Viber Die, only positivity. And until the next time, I'll see you later, Gators.